everybody, my name is Miss Pam, and I work at Building Blocks Child Development Center here in Spencer, West Virginia, and I have the cutest little book to read to you today. It's called Cock-A-Doodle. Woo! And it is written by Mick Manning and Britta Granstrom. I have to make sure I read that right. And there, look at there. I think we're going to have it read a story about a farm. And here's the owl. He's walking, and look at all that. Can you see all that little spots right there? It's raining. And he went into that building. Get out of the rain. One stormy night, an owl walked into a farmyard. He was cold, lost, and lonely, with no place to go. So he squeezed through a hole in a shed. It was warm and cozy in there, and he fell fast asleep. In the morning, Owl woke to a nip and a pinch, and he heard clucking and squawking. He was surrounded by bony feet and beady eyes. He was in a hen house. He's no hen. He's no rooster. We need a rooster. Who? What a shame. We could give him a try. Can he peck like a rooster? Said one bossy hen. Owl tried to peck. The hens awarded him no points for pecking. Can he scratch like a rooster? Owl tried to scratch. No points for scratching. Can he cock-a-doodle doodle like a rooster? Owl tried to cock-a-doodle. Woo! No points for cock-a-doodling. What a clown! What a loser! He'll have to go. Hoo-hoo, cried Owl sadly. He liked the warm, cozy hen house and the yard dappled with the spring sunshine. The speckled hen put her bony wings around him. I'll teach you how to be a rooster, she clucked. These guys, these hens over here, they were not being nice, not being friendly at all. And she did. Owl learned how to march up and down, guard the hen house, and puff out his feathers. He was doing very well. Until the other hen said, try cock-a-doodle. Owl tried very hard. He tried his best. But he was an owl after all, and he just hooted like an owl. Hoo! The other hens were not impressed. Goggle eyes. A rooster must cock-a-doodle. All he does is hoot. What sort of an egg did you hatch out of? A square one? Ooh, gosh, those hens are not very nice. Owl got cross. He'd had enough. He was hungry, and he was fed up with the silly hens. So he said, I'm an owl, not a fowl. Owls aren't hens. We hoot in the moonlight. We don't peck corn. We catch. Rats! Squawked a hen peering into the hen house. A rat! A rat is in our hen house! The rat was stealing eggs, eating corn, and chasing chicks. When the owl heard this, he pricked up his ear tufts. He flexed his sharp claws and stretched his soft wings. Then silently, as a floating feather, he flew across the hen house. Snip, snap! He caught the rat and gobbled him up. The rat was tasty and delicious, and the hens were speechless. They fussed around Owl in a flurry of feathers and clucks. And Owl puffed out his chest with a swagger and shouted, Cock-a-doodle-hoo! our very own special rooster, our beautiful goggle-eyed rooster, our hero, our rat catching owl. Oh, they're nice now, aren't they? Mm-hmm. And there they go. And the farmer, he just kind of scratching his head. Now, wait a minute. Why is there an owl and all the chickens and the chicks are following him? Because that's what they do with the rooster. And they have decided that he was pretty handy to be around. Well, now we're going to do ourselves a little bit of an art project. And I got paper. But how am I going to make an owl out of just some paper? Hi, you're never going to believe this. Guess what we're going to do? Guess what? We're going to rip it up. You know what? Sometimes I just like to sit here and rip paper. You know what it does? It kind of makes it like, do-do-do. It's just something to do. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know those days when, and you know we have these, right? Those days when your mom or your dad or your adults kind of driving you crazy. You know, we have those sometimes. And you just have nothing to do. And you're like, I've got some paper. And I'm just going to sit here. And I'm going to take my paper. And I'm just going to rip it to bits. Kind of makes you kind of a stress reliever. Sit there and kind of rip the paper up into little itty bitty bits. And your mom and your dad or your grandma or your grandpa's like, what in the world are you doing? And you're like, you know what? I think I need to get them a little busy. My adult needs something to do. My adult needs some, some of that sit down quiet time where you can sit down and do something with them because they're, well, you know how adults are. Sometimes they just get, well, how's the best way to put this? Sometimes your adults can get on your nerves. So you just get your piece of paper, and you just rip it up, and they're like, what in the world are you doing with all this ripped paper? And you're like, you know what? Why don't you come sit down beside me, and I'll show you what we're going to do with this paper. And you give them a piece of paper and let them rip up some too, and they might be like, oh, you know what? This is kind of fun. I can sit here and just rip paper. And what are we making with this mess? Well, you better make something out of this mess. Because if not, your mom or your dad or your adult's going to go, what in the world are you doing ripping up the good paper? And you're going to say, guess what? We're going to make something out of all that ripped paper. And all you really need is a glue stick. A glue stick. That's all we're going to need. So we're going to take our pieces of paper, and we got a whole bunch of them right there, And I'm going to scoot this over here. And we got us a piece of black paper to do this on. And we're going to take our paper and our glue stick and roll our glue stick up. Now don't roll your glue stick up a whole lot because then it just mashes it. Just get a little bit of glue stick. And we're going to kind of we'll draw an owl's head. We're just going to try and draw it with the glue stick. And it's just going to be kind of round, and we might have to give him some ear tufts because that's what they said they had in the book. Okay. And then, guess what? You're just going to take it and you're going to stick the paper in it. Look at there. We're going to take that and and sometimes you might have to rip it up into little smaller pieces. But hey, that gives your adult something to do while you're doing the art project. Say, here, you got to help me with this because I can't do it on my own. And the adult has to help. So then you just rip you some paper up and you stick all the little pieces of paper on there. And cover all that glue up. Now, you got a couple different colors of paper, brown paper. You can do that. And we're just going to cover that all up. And, sometimes you got to rip it up in a little bit more smaller pieces. So I'll have to rip mine up in smaller pieces too. I'm an adult, but sometimes my grandkids, I could, if they were here, I could say, you know what, Elizabeth, Sarah, Jackson, Evan, you guys could sit here and tear some paper up for me, and then we can make an art project. So, do we have about all of our glue covered up? I think so. Well, right there's a piece. All right. So does that look like we got an owl's head? Well, we got the ear tufts going, don't we? And it's kind of round. Okay. Oh, paper stuck to my finger. Might need a little bit extra glue right there. There we go. And we'll put some more glue right there. We'll cover them up too. So, and we'll stick some more paper on there. Doo-doo-doo. Lots and lots of paper. Okay, now we gotta make Owl's body. And we're gonna make our owl's body kind of like a bigger circle. And we're gonna get lots of glue for our owl's body. And then here's when it comes the paper. And look here, you don't have to, you can just strip it up there and take it and lay it down and kind of smush it down a little bit and pick it up, shake it off. Oh, and now we can see where we need more paper. We need some there, and we need some there, and I'm going to scoot it around a little bit over there, and around some there. Is it looking like an owl yet? Oh, that one doesn't look like an owl. Just rip that off. If it's not exactly where you want it, you just move it. It's just some paper. So, we're getting our owl body all papered up here. Alright. And it kind of, to me, looks like owl feathers when you got it all ripped up like that. And see, we didn't even need any scissors. And there, we have an owl. Now, we could take our pieces here. I've got some white. I've got a white scrap here. And we're going to try to tear out a circle. And you might have to have your adult help you with this one, because this might be a little bit hard. So we're going to kind of tear out a white circle. Is that like a white circle? Oh, pretty good. Alright. We'll glue that on our owl's face. And owls have big eyes, remember? They have big eyes so they can see in the dark. And they can see all those things that they like to hunt for in the dark. Because an owl is called a nocturnal animal. He likes to sleep a lot during the day so he can hunt at night. Alright, so we're getting our circle here. And they don't have to be perfect. They're circles. And you're tearing it up. This is a project you do when you don't think you can't find your scissors. And we got two owl eyes there. And then we're going to get a scrap of yellow. And then we're going to tear out two smaller circles. Just a little bit smaller. And we're going to glue those in our yellow circle. Alright, there's one. And here's our other one. We're just ripping it out. Well, no, if you want to get fancy and get your scissors, you can. But I kind of like this art project just done with my fingers, in case I don't have scissors. Alright, so then we got that part on. And now we need two tiny black circles. Now, this one's a little easier because you can just tear it around your thumbnail. Put it down there and hold it and tear it around your thumbnail. And put some glue on it, and that one's going to go there. Now let's do another one. Put it down there and kind of rip it around your thumbnail. If you don't have a thumbnail, maybe your adult can help you rip it around their thumbnail. And here's my other one. Oh, I got kind of a flat spot on that one. Let's rip her off a little bit more. Alright, I'm going to get some glue on it. Put it right there beside the other one. Ooh, it's stuck to my finger a little bit. And now we need a beak. And I got a piece of orange. Rip us a beak. Their beaks are kind of like triangles. So let's see if we can tear a triangle. Not bad. Let's glue it on right underneath his eyes. And the last thing we need is maybe some feet. Now feet might be a little bit harder to tear. I don't know if I can tear feet. I might have to get my scissors out for that one. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to get the scissors out for the feet. Let me find my scissors. I think they might look a little bit more like feet if I cut them out. So I'm gonna fold my paper in half. So that way I only have to cut out 1 foot. Now what do you mean you just have to cut out 1 foot? Don't you have 2 feet? Don't owls have 2 feet? Well, they do have 2 feet. But remember, I folded my paper in half. Folded it in half, and now I have to cut it in half. And we better have something down there for our owl to stand on. So we'll take our paper and rip it, and we'll make us a branch for our owl to stand on. We'll put this piece over there, and then maybe put this piece there. Maybe got a branchy looking piece over here somewhere. There. Now if I had 2 colors of brown, that'd be even better. But just got 1 color brown, so it will have to be okay, because that's what I've got. And we'll put some owl feet on it. Put these little feet on there so it looks like he's holding on to our branch. And then you could even take your black marker and kind of go like this, and maybe draw on your brown piece like this down here, so it kind of looks a little different. So it looks like a branch. He's holding on to a branch. Yeah, we'll just color it a little bit. I think my black marker is getting ready to die on me here. There, he's got him colored a little bit. And look at that, we made an owl. Oh, you know what else we could do? We could get our yellow again, our yellow piece, and let's see if we can tear a crescent moon. Okay, we're gonna kind of tear like we're making a big circle. Okay, and then we will tear a little bit out of the middle. Just like that. And look at there. We can put some glue on it and stick it right there on our paper. And there we have an owl that we didn't use any scissors for. We pinched our paper, and that's good for our pincher skills. And that way, oh, we'll put a little piece of glue on there. That's good for our pincher skills, because our pincher skills help us when we get a little bit bigger to use our scissors and our pencils and our markers. Pincher skills are very important. So, and then, like I said, if you had some extra colors, you could make your owl a different color. You could make him maybe light brown and dark brown. But if you just have 1 color brown, use a little bit of your marker or your crayons to make it look like a branch. And there we have an owl. And there we have it all done and all glued up together and put together. And that's it for me. I'll see you next time. Bye.